Hello students, now we are going to perform practical number 12, that is determination of regulation of three-phase alternator. Determination of regulation of three-phase alternator from open circuit and short circuit test. This test is also known as synchronous impedance method. What is the practical significance of this experiment? By performing this experiment, we will determine the voltage regulation of the three-phase alternator. This particular parameter is used to study what will be the variation in the alternator output whenever there is variation in the load. Normally in the generating stations we are using the alternators and they are going to suffer a wide variation in the load change, and due to change in the load there is a variation in the output voltage. So how much is the variation, that is picture by considering the voltage regulation of the machine. So we start with the experiment. So you see here we are using as experimental setup in which actually we want to perform a test on three-phase alternator. We want to perform a test on three-phase alternator, but we are using this DC shunt motor as a prime mover. Means this motor, it will give mechanical input to the alternator, and then the alternator will convert that mechanical energy into electrical energy. Alternator will produce output as an electrical energy. When we are connecting some load on the alternator, it is causing variation in the voltage, and how much is the variation, that is predicted by performing the open circuit and short circuit test. So when we are connecting the circuit, we have to make connection for DC motor and for the alternator. For DC motor already you have performed such a type of connections, but here along with the DC motor we have to do the connections for alternator. So firstly we will do the connections for DC motor. So for the DC motor, these are the supply terminals. After that, next is the 3-point starter. Next is the 3-point starter, which is used to start the motor and to limit the starting current of the motor. Then in addition to that, you will see the terminals here A1, A2, that is the armature of DC motor, and F1, F2, that is the field winding of the DC motor, and below that you will see these are the terminals for three-phase alternator. So output terminals are stator terminals R, Y, B, and F1 and F2, these are the field winding terminals of the alternator. For these field winding terminals, we have to connect the DC supply, as well as for the motor, we have to connect the DC supply. So we are using two supply mains, one here, and also we are using the supply from the other panel. That supply we are using for field excitation of the alternator, and this supply will be using for DC motor. So circuit diagram here, if you see the circuit diagram here, you will see that this is the supply terminus plus and minus. Then you have to connect the starter, armature, field and the rheostat for controlling the field winding current. So all together will complete the connections for the motor. On other side for the alternator, we are conducting the open circuit test. So no connections are to be done to the stator, only you have to connect the DC voltage to the field winding through the potentiometer, or you can say that as a potential divider. So for this rheostat we will be using three terminals, two fixed terminal and one variable terminal, whereas in this case for this rheostat we are using it as a variable resistance. So we will be using only two terminals, one fixed and one variable. So here you will use two terminals, here you will use three terminals. That thing you should note down, because this is a variable resistance and this is a potential divider. So now to start with, from positive terminal of the supply you will connect to L terminal of the starter, So when you connect L to the input side, then two more terminal, one is F and other is A. So from A terminal you should go to, from A you should go to A1, that is the starting terminal of the armature of the DC motor. So once you connect A to A1, then you will have to connect F to F1. You have to connect F to F1. You will have to connect F to F1. When you complete the connection F of the starter to the field winding F1, then F2 is to be connected to the rheostat. So you will use the fixed terminal of the rheostat. You will use the fixed terminal of the rheostat, and from the fixed terminal of rheostat you will connect it to F2. You will connect it to F2. From fixed terminal of rheostat you connect it to F2. Then variable terminal of rheostat and the terminal A2. Variable terminal of rheostat and the terminal A2 togetherly, the variable terminal of rheostat and the terminal A2 will be connected to negative of the supply. Here we have finished the connection for DC shunt motor. Once again we will just repeat the connections and then we will connect the alternator. So from positive terminal of the supply we have connected to L. Positive terminal of the supply goes to L, then A terminal goes to A1, F terminal goes to F1. After that F2 goes to fixed terminal of rheostat, then variable terminal of the rheostat and the terminal A2, they are to be connected to the negative terminal. So what we have done, variable terminal we have brought it here to F2, then A2 is connected to negative. A2 is connected to negative. So that completes the connections for shunt motor. So after completing the connections for DC motor, we want to make the connections of alternator. Alternator will be also having two parts, stator and the field winding. So this field winding, it is to be connected to DC supply. To give an excitation to the field winding, it is to be connected to DC supply. So for variation in the DC supply, we are using this rheostat as a potential divider, and by slowly increasing the voltage by potential divider, for each current we will measure the voltage produced by the alternator. So on the stator side, we do not have to make any connection. Directly we will connect one multimeter in the voltage range between the two terminals R and Y. On the field side, firstly supply positive and supply negative will be connected to the two fixed terminals of the potential divider. So you will see here, we are using this positive negative terminal as the second supply for the excitation of the field winding. So from the positive terminal of this panel, we are connected to one fixed terminal. We are connected to one fixed terminal of the potential divider. Second fixed terminal will be then connected to, negative of the supply. So this fixed terminal, it is connected to negative. This fixed terminal is connected to negative, and then from the variable terminal, we'll go to, where we should go? From variable we go to emitter positive or the common. As excitation current is small, so we are using a small range ammeter. From the second terminal of the ammeter, we are using range of 1 ampere. We go to, from second terminal, we'll go to F1. Ammeter negative will go to F1 of the alternate. F1 of the alternate. Then where should be F2 connected? F2 of the alternator, it will be connected to second fixed terminal of the potential divider. So you see, one more wire we have taken from the fixed terminal, which is to be connected to negative of the supply. So this will go to F2. So field sides connections are completed. Now we'll just use one multimeter and it will be measuring voltage between R and Y. As it is an open circuit test, no load is to be connected across the stator side. Also terminals Y and B are kept open. Between R and Y we are connecting voltmeter. Actually voltmeter is having high internal resistance, so it is equivalent to the open circuit condition. So we are going to start the motor. So for starting the motor, already we have to first make this switch on, and then this motor is to be started using 3-point starter. So we'll move this handle slowly. So now the motor has been started till this alternator is off. So now by using this rheostat, we are going to change the speed and we are adjusting the speed to the rated value of 1500 RPM. Here we are using a field rheostat, so it is a plus control method. So already I have adjusted this rheostat position so that motor runs at the speed of 1500 RPM. So when the motor has started at 1500 RPM rated speed, now we put on the alternator. So in the excitation to the field winding, so that second supply will be made on. Initially we have placed the potential divider to minimum position, that is input voltage is 0. So our output voltage will be also 0. And now we increase the potential position so that ammeter will show the current. We are adjusting the field winding current as 0.1 ampere. Winding current as 0.1 ampere. That is your first reading, and at that time we will measure the voltage between R and Y. So first reading for the output voltage is 100.6. So this is the first reading for which we are given low excitation. So output voltage is very small at 1 to 0.15. 1.5 and current is 0.15 and voltage is 132 volts. 132 volts. Again increase the current suppose to 0.2 ampere. How much is the current now? 0.2 amperes. We will note down it in the observation. 230.4. 230.4. Okay. The next reading will go for 0.4 ampere. The next reading we adjusted for 0.4 and output voltage is 277.8. Then adjust 0.5. Voltage is 310, 310.5. Then 0.6. 0.6 and the voltage is 330. 330. One more last reading will take for 0.7 ampere. Excitation current of the field of the alternator is 0.7 ampere. Let us field current of the exciter 0.7, which gives the output voltage as 351.2. Okay, so here we have completed your open circuit test without connecting any load to the alternator. Slowly we will decrease the excitation. Excitation is increasing, then output voltage of the alternator will be also decreasing, current will be also decreasing. We will bring back it to 0 and then we make the alternator off. We make the alternator off, and after that you see when you switch off the alternator load, motor is slightly accelerated, and now we'll make the motor off. Now we are going to conduct the short circuit test. We have already seen that when we are going to short any machine, it will take a very high current. So to avoid any damage to the machine under short circuit condition, we have to take care that when you are increasing the voltage under short circuit condition, you should increase the current of the machine till its rated value. So what you observe here, the rated current of this alternator is 7.2 ampere. This is the nameplate. So from this nameplate they have given that rated current is 7.2 ampere. So now we are going to conduct the short circuit test. So just we will have a review of the circuit diagram. You will see on the motor side connections are as it is. We are using DC shunt motor with flux control rheostat, so that we can adjust the speed of the motor to the rated speed. Again to the field winding we have connected the potential divider, and then we have given the variable terminal of the potential divider through ammeter to F1. So this connection is same as open circuit test. Only change is that now we want to conduct the short circuit test. So short circuit means a low resistance. So here we are using an ammeter as a short circuit, because ammeter will serve our two purpose. One thing is that it is a low resistance device, so it will be having a short circuit condition, and secondly we can measure the current. So from R terminal we have connected to common of the ammeter, and the range terminal we have selected 10 ampere range. Why 10 ampere, that I will explain afterward. So from 10 ampere range we are connected to Y, and then Y and B are short circuited. Y and B are short circuited. So here you will see R and Y is shorted through ammeter, Y and B is directly short circuited. Now we are selecting 10 ampere range because the rated current of this motor is 7.2 ampere. So when conducting the test you have to take the precaution that when you go on increasing the excitation of the alternator, you should see that the current which will be drawn by the short circuit stator winding, it should not reach beyond 7.2 ampere. So we will adjust the voltage of the short circuit condition VSC to a value such that ISC shows 7.2 ampere values. So now we start the machine. So first we'll start the motor. First we'll start the motor. We'll adjust it to 1500 RPM and then start the alternator. We'll start the alternator. Now slowly you'll have to increase the voltage such that this ammeter shows a current of 7.2 ampere. About 7.2 amperes. Current is increasing. We have to take care. Upper scale is to be selected for 10 amperage. 7.2. So we adjusted current as 7.2. Okay, then we take only one reading, that is for VSC and ISC. Circuit current is 7.2 and at that time field winding current, we have to measure the field winding current. How much is the field winding current? In the range of 0.1 ampere, it is 0.88 ampere. So with the field excitation current 0.88 ampere, the motor short circuit current increases to 7.2 ampere. So that was the second part of the experiment. In the first part we have completed open circuited, then short circuited. One more part is still remaining. So first we will make the motor off. Before that we will make the alternator on and then we will make the motor on. Now in the third part, what we are going to do, we are going to complete the procedure for measurement of alternator stator winding resistance. And for that we are using one of the stator winding terminals R and N. R and N, so that will give resistance of the R phase. We are connecting a separate DC supply, and from the DC supply we are giving some input voltage so that this winding will take some current, and then the ratio of voltage to current will be the resistance of the winding. So what are the connections? From the positive terminal of the power supply, from positive terminal of the power supply we have connected it to ammeter positive or common terminal, and then ammeter negative terminal, where it should go? It should go to field winding terminal F1. So from from that it will go to the stator winding terminal R, and then neutral will go to negative. Voltage will directly observe on the display. So to start with, we'll make the switch on and increase the voltage slowly so that it takes a current of 0.5 ampere. So how much is the voltage? Voltage is 0.45 volts. 0.45 volts and current is 0.5 ampere. Voltage is now 1.3 volts. Input voltage is 1.3 volts and current is 0.5 ampere. For one more reading, we will increase again the voltage and we will adjust it so that it takes a current of 1 ampere. So for the second reading, voltage is 2.7 volts. 2.7 volts and current is 1 ampere. Current is 1 ampere. So we will calculate the ratio of voltage to current, that will give the resistance, and then we will take the average of the two, that will give the winding resistance of the stator or the alternate. This value of the resistance will be using for further calculation. So here we have completed this experiment, that is open circuit and short circuit test of the alternate.